Hey, this is Nellie's Farm. It's May 12th, 2024. I've got some things growing, including mugwort, which I enjoy smoking daily now. I believe that's what's coming up. I sure hope so. I stratified the seeds. I got the seeds from Etsy. And my mullen's doing great over there. I'll walk you over there in a minute. Do you guys remember the seeded grapes that I found that I was so excited about because I actually found grapes that were non-GMO from that local discount store? Well, I planted them and one came up, and here he is. But I do have some more seeds. I'm going to go ahead and plant them. I was thinking of maybe putting them along a fence line over there. I don't know if I should keep them put them in a bigger container though or not. So after I grow a few more, I'm gonna plant these along the fence. I was wanting to see if I could start my own grapevines. I've heard it's pretty difficult though. I've got some bigger tomato plants over there. I'll show you in a minute. What I really wanted to do with this quick video, I've got some questions about the so-called solar storm that's still going on. The strongest one, the 5.8, 5.9, is supposed to be today, guys. All right, you're gonna think I'm nuts probably, but I don't believe it's even happening, or something's not right about it. And I'll tell you the reasons why. Here's my mullein, guys. But this is my first time growing it, okay? So, I planted it on my birthday in March. So I didn't realize, I put too many seeds here, so I'm going to have to thin it out, which I really hate doing. I hate thinning it out because that means killing plants. But I don't know. I heard that they're really bad about transplanting, but there are people who sell live mullein plants online. I'll probably try to transplant a few, but I smoke that regularly too. And the turtle in the back that I did my video on earlier, the mama turtle's leaving and the eggs are buried. I put a basket over it to protect it from dogs or anything or snakes because the hole is open a tiny bit. So and my son is going to relocate them to the creek area in a safer spot, more secluded spot. But Mama will be back next year to lay again. And the reason why I know is this has to be the turtle mama where that other baby turtle came from a few months ago. Remember? I have a video about it. It was in my carrots. She must have laid eggs in my carrots. I don't know how that I didn't notice I had pots of carrots. This is spiderwort, a transplant. I found a few in the back. It's not doing so good, but it is alive. They're beautiful little purple plants. But these are my tomato plants. And there's some nettles, but these are only a few. These are my first tomato plants, I should say. I believe these are the cherry ones. Those nettles I'm gonna harvest. I'll probably give them to the chickens. Everything's usable out here. Well, just about everything. That's the beauty of it, guys. And something has transplanted itself right here. That looks like sunflowers, maybe. I'm finding stuff like that in weird places. And these are Jerusalem artichokes that I thought I moved, but they reproduced by themselves anyway. Okay, there's all kind. My garden does its own thing, I'm telling you, which is really interesting. I don't mind. I'm not one of those people that have a neat, tidy, perfect garden in rows, Nah, that's not me. No, that's boring. That's my garden reflects my personality, just kind of stuff everywhere. It needs mowed. But we've got some stuff coming up. I've got dill over here. Potatoes and tires. But it didn't come up as much as I wanted. I've got more in that pot, but I'll plant more. I love dill. I absolutely love it. These are morning glories I planted. I believe those are the blue morning glories. But they grew by themselves wild. I have a video of me harvesting the seeds right here. They were all along here. But what I want to say about if you're still with me, the solar storms. Okay, every single solar storm, guys, every single one, solar flare, geomagnetic storm, CME, whatever, I get heart palpitations. I'm one of those people that are really, really sensitive to things like that, okay? Some people it doesn't bother. I'll get leg pains, fatigue, extra fatigue, besides my regular from my autoimmune illness. Headaches, dizziness. It's not pleasant, guys. The heart palpitations are probably the worst. And look how this poke grew back after I picked some off to eat it. Boy, these are so delicious young guys, and I am going to pick some more. I've got them all over. They are absolutely delicious. And someone asked about the berries these make, and when the berries do come, I'll do a newer video on it. I've got one from a few years ago when I first started this channel, but I'll do another. I do use the berries, and I take them regularly, and there's potato plants growing in my compost bin too. And some wild blackberry. Those I'm gonna have to cut down. Those are invasive. A lot of stuff like the honeysuckle, like I said, is invasive, but they don't bother me much. I just kind of try to keep them in check. So this solar storm, I've had 0 symptoms, okay? It's not just that. Okay. We didn't see anything. Absolutely anything. My son Rick is a night owl. He kept checking and checking. So people told me, oh, you got to look through the camera to see it. Really? Well, if that's true, why? Why would you need to only be able to see it through a camera? Why? People think, why? Why couldn't you see it with your eyes? Okay, and another thing, people in this county, in the same county, sorry about that, they saw it and they took pictures. This little lake people live on. I thought, what? So they're seeing it, I'm not. But several people said, you got to look through the camera. Why? But anyway, my son did look through the camera. I couldn't get down the steps because my legs were hurting too bad by the end of that night after planting stuff. But he came out and he watched, he looked through the camera, nothing. The only thing he noticed is it was a little bit lighter to the north than it usually is. We have 0 light pollution out here, guys. I hardly even have any outside lights. We saw absolutely nothing. I had 0 physical symptoms. Same with my son. He gets the symptoms too. I've had symptoms so bad I felt like I was going to pass out during these solar storms that were a lot less powerful than the ones that are supposedly happening now. Will someone explain that to me? And another thing, it's not just me. People in the state of Oregon and West Virginia, they didn't see it either. Now, that's just a few posts of people that I saw. I said, thank God, I'm not crazy. I'm not blind. It's not just me. It's people all over, okay? Some people have seen it and some not. Why is that? And why? And how in the heck would they see it in Europe? I mean, it's almost like everything is fake. And yes, I know I'm a conspiracy theorist, meaning I question everything because most things are fake. Most history is fake. You know, when you start to notice this stuff, you're just shocked, especially when you're my age. You know, I'm 54. Because then you start noticing more and more and more, you know, is fake. And I'm not saying there's a flat earth or anything because I don't believe that. But things are not as they seem, guys. And by the way, I found some articles, and so did a few other people, confirming that HAARP has made artificial northern lights. And that's no joke. Now, someone commented on the forum, oh, HAARP shut down, blah, 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 years ago. But no, they didn't. They just said they did. If you will look, they've even made comments, published articles, okay? Just in the last few years, they're not shut down. I mean, come on, man. People are so naive. Just late last year, okay, I found several articles saying that they did experiments in Alaska. They created fake Northern Lights, people. Now, I'm not saying this is what this was, but pink is also kind of weird. The color's kind of weird, too. Anything's possible these days. During the eclipse, which seemed totally legit, but I don't know because there were people, and people called them crazy too. There were people that swore, okay, that they saw the moon and the sun in places other than that. So who knows what's going on, but isn't Dee Dee just such a pretty girl? Do you know that she protected that mama turtle in the back when my dog Pepper was barking at it? I was afraid they'd fight. So Dee Dee has a very strong maternal instinct. And even though she's older now and she lost her only baby she had, and the other got adopted to a farm. But one time we found her licking something in the corner in the house years ago, and it come to find out it was a baby mouse. Now Pepper would have ate it. Pepper and her mom, Nellie, rest her soul over there. There's her grave. Pepper and Nellie would have ate that mouse. But Dee Dee has such a strong maternal instinct. And happy Mother's Day to all your moms out there. I do hope you're having a special day. Sorry if I rambled on too long. I wanted to share my thoughts. Am I the only crazy one out there or what, guys? And I am putting my PayPal link in the comment section because I am stranded. Can't get anywhere. Can't even get to the post office to get my stuff that I need desperately. They won't drop it here up at the road. They won't come down my driveway, which I don't blame them. But I keep telling them to drop it up by the road, my stump. But they won't do it. And I can't even get to my post office. The post office is like 25 miles away. So we're in pretty bad shape. But I do know that I have many blessings. There's a lot of people that would give anything to live in a place like this. But let me tell you, there are some drawbacks. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and I thank you for listening. Please hit the subscribe button, and because YouTube has taken a lot of my subs in the past, and that's why I don't really have a lot. And I'm trying to do as many videos as possible before I have to go back to work. So I'm trying to become an Etsy seller, but my computer monitor broke the screen. So I can't even do that, and I can't get to the post office to mail orders out anyway. So I'm going to have to go get a regular job, and when our vehicle is fixed somehow, which will be a miracle, honestly, because my son came to a dead end with it. I have nobody here, absolutely nobody. So I need a miracle, and I appreciate your prayers. I appreciate your thoughts and your positive vibes. And if you can donate, I'm adding the PayPal link to the comment section. I thank you so much for listening, especially if you made it this far. Have the rest of a wonderful weekend.